What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. What's up, Will? We gonna get into a little Kobra and Decoded. We'll break it down. We about to break it down. We about to get it in. What's up, Diana? What's up, Kevin? We about to get it in. We'll give them another minute. We'll get started. I ain't gonna hold this one too long. I'm just gonna freestyle this one and tell y'all what my observation of the story. Yeah, Kevin, shit. We gonna go and get this one in. We gonna go and get this one in. Alright. How about we gonna get this one in? Let's gonna get started, because I don't want to hold this one too long. This is gonna be short and sweet. So check this out. We got the Karate Kid and we got motherfucking Cobra Kai. You see what I'm saying? Or the Karate Kid is loosely translated as Miyagi-Do. You know, you had a character by the name of Danny LaRusso and a character by the name of Johnny Lawrence. So you had Mr. Miyagi and then you had Kreese. I think it's John Kreese, if I'm not mistaken, to be precise. So they were two schools of thought, you know, two philosophical schools that clash with each other. Now, Cobra Kai was sort of like a paramilitary martial operation. You see what I'm saying? They was pretty much training they students for special forces for the most part. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? For the military, you know, to go into those dark places, you know, strike first, strike hard, no mercy. That was basically their goal. See what I'm saying? Then you had Miyagi-Do, which was about balance, which was about the way of nature and becoming more spiritual with your martial arts or in your martial arts. You see what I'm saying? So you got the character Danny LaRusso. You know, he come to town he gets set up. He moved from the east to the west. There's always a journey to the west, if y'all ever notice. He moved to the east to the west, and he meets a girl. Forget the girl name now, and she was dating who was originally dating Johnny Lawrence, and of course they come into conflict with each other. Interestingly enough, Johnny Lawrence is part of the Cobra Kai, and they were a school of badasses. You see what I'm saying? So they was a school of badasses and fucking warriors and paramilitary special forces, they was all about fucking you up on sight for the most part. It's on sight with any motherfucker in this bitch. You see what I'm saying? So Danny Lawrence pretty much got his ass kicked. He knew a little karate, but he didn't know enough to stop them motherfuckers, because they had specialized in a particular type of karate, the Kobra. And she strike like a cobra, hard, fast, and sweet, no mercy. The venom of a cobra kill you within minutes. You see what I'm saying? Within minutes. Oh, don't let it bite you. It's gonna fuck you up. You see what I'm saying? If the bite don't kill you, goddamn it, venom will. So that's what the Cobra Kai is. And Kai just means spirit. So the Cobra spirit. You see what I'm saying? So that's what they was channeling. They was channeling that particular animal. So now you got Danny Lawrence. He comes across a character by the name of Mr. Miyagi. Now Mr. Miyagi, he trains differently than John Kreese and the Cobra Kai teachers do. He trains in more of a spiritualist. We need balance. It's the way of nature, and you got to become more spiritual in your arts. The heart and the mind. Whereas the Cobra Kai only dealt mainly with they gut to their heart. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here. So he learned from Mr. Miyagi, certain teachers like, if it comes from within, then it's automatically good. He learned the value of inner power, inner energy, inner spirit. And he takes up Danny LaRusso as his student. And he begins to train him in Miyagi-Do, or his form of karate, which was a line of multiple generations. See what I'm saying? So he trained him in the arts. He learned, and they decided to settle their dispute, they beef with each other in a particular tournament, which Danny LaRusso goes on to win. You see what I'm saying? So then we get the second movie. Danny LaRusso goes to Japan and learns about Miyagi-Do and from the direct lineage, and there was a shit going on with Miyagi and one of his particular friends, and they had to settle that. Part 3, Danny actually taps into his inner self, because Miyagi-Do is the Jedi teachings, Star Wars version of the Jedi. It was all about the light side and balancing the light. Whereas the Cobra Kai was all about the Sith and the dark side and balancing the darkness, balance chaos. But neither one had true balance. And for the most part, it was balanced according to a certain perspective and point of view, which was the point of view of the light and the point of view of the dark. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Javon? So this is what you got going on here. So you got these motherfuckers getting it, right? So the third movie, he tries out Cobra Kai, and he didn't really like it. And they clashed again, and he beat them in the tournament once more. So Danny LaRusso was a bad motherfucker for the most part. You got 2 other Karate Kids, but they standalone stories with Old Girl and Jaden Smith with Jackie Chan. Now, let us get to the TV show that came out. It's on YouTube, by the way. If you ain't never seen it, fucking order your YouTube Premium. Watch it for free. Hell, get them 2 seasons in your system, cause that's some fire ass shit. So, years go by. We talking about the 80s, so you talking about at least 20 to 30 years. Now, they was teenagers when they fought in the first tournament. So we talking about at least 30 years. So they in their 40s now, right? So here we go. We pick back up with Johnny Lawrence. He pretty much ex-badass. Pretty much, then in his eyes, then failed in life, and he can't let go of the past. But of course, like always, the force been asleep too long. It's been asleep for 30 years. for the most part. You see what I'm saying? It's been asleep for 30 years. So there was an awakening in the force. And this time, it chose Johnny Lawrence to reawaken it. You know, because everybody else, they was just doing whatever. Johnny was working at dead-end jobs, and fucking Danny Lawrence had a car dealership, but he wasn't practicing karate no more. Nobody was practicing anymore, martial arts. But the world was suffering because nobody was practicing martial arts. Kids were getting bullied. Nerds was getting kicked around. Everybody was getting their ass kicked because they didn't know how to protect themselves. So there was a call out from the force up under the guise of Ogun, the god of war, saying that, alright, it's time to bring the martial arts back. It's trying to bring it back. So, of course, Johnny is watching TV one day, and he's watching a particular movie called Iron Eagle. And this is when the force starts to speak to him again. So here we go. The force gave him 2 visions. Let me see here. Hold on, let me go sit up here. Here we go. Check this out. They gave you the touch. They gave you this concept of the touch that he started to feel inside of him. And when he started to feel it inside of him, they started to explain this concept, and this is the force awakening. So here we go. Here go the concept. This is from the movie Iron Eagle. Now he talked about the touch. He says a power you have deep inside your gut. You see what I'm saying? Deep inside your gut. What does it look like? What do they call this? They call it Tumo, the inability fire. Now, if you know anything about Tumo and the inability fire and these Sith arts, you see what I'm saying? They teach you how to explode that particular inner fire in your gut, in your belly. They teach you how to explode your Tumo and use it in fierce and ferocious ways, or a ferocious fist, as it's also known. And this is what Kobra Kai was teaching his students, the Sith teachers. The Sith teachings, right? The book of Sith. Whereas Mr. Miyagi was teaching his students the Jedi way. You see what I'm saying? The light side, balance, nature, being in tune with everything. You see what I'm saying? So, but he only taught it from the heart and the mind. You don't really fuck with your gut, your belly like that. So whereas Kobra Kai taught from the gut and the heart, but you don't really fuck with your mind like that. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got going on. So one is from head down, and the other one is from gut up. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you got going on with the 2 philosophies. So here we go. Johnny tapping in. Johnny fucking tapping in, right? And the force getting 2 visions. He said, alright, we're gonna give you another opportunity to the force said, I'm gonna give you another opportunity to reawaken and resolve your problems, and I'm gonna pick you to reawaken the force and bring in new students. And cause the world is fucked up without martial arts. You see what I'm saying? That's basically what the story is. The world is pretty much fucked up without martial arts. But then they flickered just before he finished the sentence or whatever, or finished what he was saying on the tape. It flickered to Danny LaRusso. But if you choose to walk this path again, you gonna come in conflict with this motherfucker, your old rival. So they start fucking doing what? They start. He decided to reopen Cobra Kai. He meets a kid by the name of Miguel. Miguel get his ass kicked by these bullies. So Johnny Lawrence, my bad. Johnny Lawrence, he decides to protect them and fight for them. You see what I'm saying? So he kicked the bully's ass and saved Miguel. Miguel then asked him to teach him, and this what leads to him reopening the Cobra Kai dojo and the Cobra Kai frequency. So the way of the Cobra is born again, the Cobra fist. So he begins to teach all the nerds in the school, because once fucking Miguel whoops the bully's ass one good time, all the nerds in the school now wants to learn martial arts. You see what I'm saying? Because they want to protect themselves from bullies as well. See what I'm saying? So next, what happens is they train and go to the tournament and they whoop ass. So Johnny Lawrence, he heals the rift that was created in his past when he lost. He became a teacher. He was a hell of a teacher in my eyesight. He became a teacher and he did what Cobra Kai couldn't do then, because the Sith energy wasn't necessary in the 80s, but it's necessary now due to the lack of ferociousness and ferocity in this particular generation. There's no real aggression in this generation due to feminism and the social justice warriors and the Me Too movement and all this pansy ass shit, as Johnny Lawrence said, that they got going on in the world now. It's pretty much weakened the people. Not especially the men. They really attacking the men hard. They're trying to weed out the alpha energy. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to weed out the alpha energy. You see what I'm saying? And want to make nothing but docile males, because they know the males gonna fight first before the females most of the time. But they trying to kill that revolutionary spirit, period, both in the males and the females. It didn't matter. You see what I'm saying? So this was going on here. So that's why the Force needed him to bring it back. You always start with the gut, your lower chakras, right? The Tumo, the intermittent fight. You got to start with your lower chakras. So he was reactivated first. And this was all about, the first season of the show was all about Cobra Kai's ascension to the throne once more. So by the end of the first season, Miguel whooped ass. It was so raw, he even beat fucking Johnny Lawrence's student in the fucking show. He beat the shit out of that motherfucker. I was like, goddamn, no mercy. No mercy. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. So the Sith regain their powers, and this activated the first 3 to 4 chakras. You see what I'm saying? So now the sun goes off with fucking what's his name? Danny Torrance, my bad. Danny Torrance, Danny LaRusso, my bad. He begins to train, interestingly enough, he begins to train Johnny's son, and that caused more friction between them. You see what I'm saying? So Johnny, because he already had the Sith blood inside of him, decides to go and learn the ways of the Jedi to further their gene pool, right? So this is what you got going on here. So he goes and he trains to become a Jedi in this life, because his father was a straight Sith, straight badass, straight warrior, right? So next what happens is they go and the season 2 is all about the reactivation of Miyagi-Do. You see what I'm saying? So now we got the first 3 chakras reactivated. So now with I'm trying to think of what Johnny's son was named. Can't think of his name from in the world at this point. But oh well. But yeah, Johnny's son, it was pretty much sitting on him and his ascension and Miyagi-Do for the most part, and the resurrection of Miyagi-Do, and Danny's daughter, who was also trained as a Jedi, she comes into the picture and she picks back up the art and begins to train. And literally, they had them doing Force-like shit. They had them practicing balance, had them learning to sense each other's energy, you know, empathic abilities, you know, because now we're at the heart chakra and we're going up to the crown chakra now. So I had them training in the beaches, in the nature, had them training to do a lot of cool spiritual things to help them develop their internal selves. Had them in a freezer, you know, learn how to manipulate temperatures, learn how to, they call it tapas in the Jedi text, temperature manipulation. You know, you got to manipulate the cold, and you got to learn to function in cold, and you got to learn how to function in heat. Well, in cold weather, things seem to slow down due to the molecules moving slower. Whereas in hot weather, things seem to speed up because the molecules are moving faster. And you got to learn how to adjust to each energy and deal with each type of environment you're in, whether you're in a desert, whether you're on a mountain, whether you're in a forest. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter what region you in, you have to deal with it as it is, and that's how and that's how you continue to grow. You see what I'm saying? So now, they training in the second season, and the two schools just continue to beef and butt heads, and they show you that we're trying to bring balance between Danny and Johnny, but there are circumstances that always stop them from coming together. You know, they can sit at the table and find common ground, but then there's some shit that pop off with their students, because they program their students will be on their light side or be on their dark side. But they, the masters, are transcending dark and light and starting to find their balance. So now they're trying to teach balanced teachings to the students, and the students don't really want to hear that shit. You know, nigga, it's either Cobra Kai or nothing, or it's either Miyagi-Do or nothing. That's basically what it is at this point. You see what I'm saying? It's Miyagi-Do over everything, nigga, or it's Cobra Kai over everything. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got going on. So Miyagi-Do begins to resurrect in the scene, and what their teachings are. Their teachings is about self-defense. And the second rule is protect others. You see what I'm saying? Protect others with your skill. And that's the only time you're supposed to use Miyagi-Do. You don't supposed to exploit it or use it for any other means, other than advancing, other than self-defense, protecting others, and for your own spiritual development. Whereas Cobra Kai is paramilitary. They trying to use it any chance they fucking get. You know, Sith have a more self-offensive type mentality. You know, Cobra Kai. So in Cobra Kai is always about fuck them up before they fuck you up. You see what I'm saying? Whereas the Jedi teaches about defense. Only attack if they try to attack you. See what I'm saying? Defend yourself. A wise person knows when to defend and to attack. You know, sometimes you may have to attack first. Sometimes you may have to protect yourself. It all depends on what's going on in the situation. But these are two schools with extreme philosophies. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, because Miyagi-Do about being balanced in the light, in the young, and Cobra Kai is about being balanced in the dark, in the yin. You see what I'm saying? But they show you that life is full of gray, because there's always some yin in the yang, and there's always some yang in the yin. So life is a patch of gray. It's just full of gray energy. You know, life is not absolute. It's constant, but it's not absolute. It's actually it's liquid. It's fluid. You see what I'm saying? Life can throw anything at you, but it's all about your perception of what it's throwing at you. You see what I'm saying? So you begin to see what these two school of thoughts are teaching. So towards the end of season 2, a lot of Cobra Kai students they don't want to fuck with that Cobra Kai shit no more. So cause John Kreese come back, and John Kreese is a motherfucker. You know, he in that shit. You know, he originally started Cobra Kai. So and he was purely paramilitary. So a lot of students defect from Cobra Kai and leave and go and to the Jedi Order. They defect from the Sith Order, and they go to the Jedi Order in Miyagi-Do, and they learn the way of the Jedi, and the way of nature, the way of spirit. And so now, the events are being set up to where these two energies are like clash. And where do they clash? They clash in the school. The forces clash in school. Why school? School is actually the educational system, as we call it, is a setup for many different beings who are from different tribal energies and dojos who don't supposed to be in the same arena, in this arena, and they showing you what happens when these different schools of conflicting thoughts and tribal backgrounds come together. They do what? They clash and they go to war with each other. You see what I'm saying? They clash and they go to war with each other. You see what I'm saying? They bump heads, and all hell breaks loose in this school. I mean, they went to fucking war with each other. For the next 15 minutes of this show, niggas just scrapped with each other. But it showed you something. The Force is showing you something real important, though. It's showing you a parallel. In the first season, the first few episodes, everybody was just getting their ass whooped by a specific group of people. Now, so that's what you call a massacre. When docile beings, what's up, Pebbles? What's up, Karu? When docile beings are fighting and they just beating up on the weak, that's not a fight. That's a massacre. You see what I'm saying? That's a massacre. So that's pretty much, in a way, genocide. You see what I'm saying? But what happens when both, when everybody know the fuck they doing, everybody has an equal chance of war. That's the difference between a massacre and a war. So that's what they showed you in the first episode. The first season, they showed you what happens when you don't know shit and you just get your ass kicked. It's going to be a massacre because you can't protect yourself. You see what I'm saying? But in the last episode, they showed you, everybody need to protect themselves. Because shit can pop off at any given moment. And shit can escalate at any given moment. And so these kids would war with each other in the school. And they fought each other all over the school. I mean, they scrapped with each other. And things was going the way they was going. Sith was being Jedi. Jedi was being Sith. Until we get to the point where Miguel once again has Johnny's son down the ground. And fucking Johnny, a corrupt teaching that goes against the Sith teacher. He tells him that, you can show mercy sometimes. And that shit hit him in that moment, and so he showed mercy to Johnny's son. Johnny fucking awoken the Cobra Kai in him. Johnny's son awoken the Cobra Kai in him, broke out that shit and kicked him off the fucking balcony, and the kid fell onto his back and fucked up his spine. You see what I'm saying? So that shows you what happens when you are affiliated with a particular school of thought, and you give corrupt teachings to your students, and they can get fucked up. If you said strike first, strike hard, no mercy, then that's what it means. Now, of course, you have to learn to use your judgment when to show mercy and when not to show mercy. But if you're in the middle of a fucking street fight, like pretty much that's what school is, a street fight, because there's no rules and regulations in school, just like there's no rules and regulations out of school. I don't give a damn what nobody said. Especially when fucking a mass group of people are fighting at the same time. You see what I'm saying? So when this mass group of people war with each other, it was pretty much a street fight at this point. It's just an in-school street fight. And so he made a bad decision, a bad call to show mercy to Danny LaRusso when he should have broke that motherfucker arm. That was not the time to show mercy. Whereas they showed you the parallel with Johnny, because they becoming more balanced now. You know, they've done the extremes. You see what I'm saying? Usually you start off with one polarity to another. Usually you real spiritual, and usually you real physical. You see what I'm saying? You real physical. You start off more Sith-like, and then you start to tap into the Jedi energies as you get older, or you start off as more Jedi-like, and you start to tap into the Sith energies as you get older. You see what I'm saying? So now Johnny is starting to tap into his Jedi energies, and fucking Danny is starting to tap into his Sith energy because he's becoming more hot-headed, more explosive, more frustrated, more fiery. And his wife like, what the fuck is happening to you? Because she ain't never seen his inner Sith before. She only seen him as a Jedi. But now that inner Betty fire's awakening them inside of him. So he's acting out in ways she ain't never seen before. Whereas Johnny is on a Jedi path now. He's starting to activate his heart chakra and above. See what I'm saying? Cause Kreese came in and he was like, nah, I don't want to be like Kreese. I don't want to be like that motherfucker. So when he chose not to want to be like him anymore, he started to awaken his heart chakra more. He fell in love, started to be more about family with him, and his higher chakra started to activate. But what happened? Reality happened. They students who they taught these extreme philosophies to dragged their ass back into the fold. Back into the extremities. Fucking Danny's daughter got cut. Miguel in the fucking hospital. Both of these niggas end up in the hospital. And it all started with them. It started with Miguel and his daughter. And Danny's daughter for the most part. And so both of them end up in the hospital. One in critical condition because he a Sith Lord. So when shit, either you fucking somebody up or you get fucked up. And she a Jedi. So yeah, you may get fucked up, but it's always a second chance. In the Jedi art, they teach you it's always a second chance. But in the Sith arts, it ain't no second chance, nigga. Either it's do or die. You see what I'm saying? Either you bout this life or you ain't about this life. So that's what they showing you here in the two polarities. So that's why Miguel got super fucked up and goddamn Danny's daughter only got somewhat fucked up. You see what I'm saying? Cause the Jedi teach second chances. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on with these two schools of thought. So it is there. They haven't gave us season 3 for whatever fucking reason. They always wait. They always make you suffer for that third season. When everybody know the third season gonna be the best season, like Black Lightning. You didn't get Luke Cage third season, and we all know that third season Luke Cage is gonna be fire as fuck. You see what I'm saying? They always hold off on that third season because the third season is a season where the characters fully come into their own. You see what I'm saying? So the first two is the developmental seasons, and the third season is when the characters come into their own. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you got going on with this Jedi Sith philosophy. See, this is what you got going on here. Kobra Kai, Miyagi-Do. You see what I'm saying? Kobra Kai, Miyagi-Do, Sith and Jedi. You know, they always gonna give you these two warring philosophies. And they always try to find balance with each other, but at the end of the day, because just to show you that there's a sea full of gray, but at the end of the day, them two, when you choose to live an extreme life like that, the other side, the pendulum gonna swing, and the other side is always gonna attack you. You see what I'm saying? Whether you all light or all dark, you can't be all light or all dark. That's not how life works. See what I'm saying? You gotta be balanced in both dark and light, neutral. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be a neutron. You're not supposed to be a proton or electron. You're supposed to be a neutron. You're supposed to be neutral. You see what I'm saying? That's what true balance is. Neutral. Fusing the two forces together to become one and becoming androgynous. Entering that state of holism and becoming one true living sourceful being. You see what I'm saying? So that's what this is about. That's what this is about. So this Cobra Kai and Karate Kid is. You see what I'm saying? Karate Kid told the story of the Jedi. Cobra Kai is telling the story of the Sith. See what I'm saying? From the point of view of the Sith. And how there's infighting, there's shit popping off always. Well, as Karate Kid told the story of the Jedi, there wasn't really an infighting. You know, it was about becoming more and more spiritual, finding out who you are, tapping into that internal energy, and becoming more and more in tune with the force and nature and the world around you, and both inside you as well. So there y'all go. I ain't gonna make this one too long. I'm just gonna drop this. You know, letting you know what it is. Any questions, you know? Any questions? Oh, yeah. I might be back with a part 2 to this when the season 3 come out, cause You know, so we can get the full scoop, the full story. But until then, you know, we're going to have to settle with what we got. So any questions before I get up out of here? Sure, I'm late. Alright, it's cool. You good. But if y'all don't have any questions, I'm Marvin Jones. Share this with your friends. Put the word out. And I'm out. Peace.